Who are you? Welcome back to Saucy Monks. Open up with that, Jose.
So we're getting ready to play Minecraft, which I haven't played in a long time, but it is one of the coolest fucking games.
I did a review on this and I shit on it.
Did you really? Why did you shit on it?
Because it's overhyped, man. That was the point of the show. The only redeeming quality of the game from an honest game reviewer's standpoint. Oh wait, are we on different parts of the map?
Most likely. Where's my map? Here it is. Ooh, this is a cool fucking like setup. Oh, it's so cool looking. I can't see because of my fucking health bar. Okay, anyways. Why would you give this game a bad review? It's a great game.
I gave it a bad review because, how do I use this?
Hold left trigger. And our fucking health bar is in the way. Where are you? We're doing two-player Minecraft, and I, however, love Minecraft. It is a phenomenal game that has done a lot for the gaming industry as a whole, as well as education for kids, and it is just a fantastic game.
Oh, dude, I think you're just right at the top of the mountain. Oh, fuck, I dropped it.
I did climb to the top of the mountain. I just don't know where you are.
Let me just collect some dirt.
So, whatever he's saying, ignore him, because he's crazy. It's a great game.
The reason I didn't tear on it because it wasn't a good game. I tore on it because it is overhyped for what it is. Everybody says it's the best game of all time. It's gotten a 10 out of 10 across every scoring board ever when it really shouldn't have.
I mean, it's unique.
All it did was take the innovative idea of creating your own maps from any other game, and it made that the game.
But at the same time,
what about
the creative ability? Like,
no,
yeah,
that's one of the redeeming qualities. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Which is a fair review. It shouldn't get a 10 out of 10 just because...
I don't think give it a 10 out of 10 because, I mean, after some point you do get bored. Hello. Unless you're, like, really hooked on the game, but...
Exactly. Everybody gave it a 10 out of 10. That's what made it overweighted and good enough for me to...
But I don't think a 7 out of 10 it gives it justice. I think it's a pretty phenomenal game. For what it did as a gaming community thing, it did a lot.
I guess, but at the same time, it doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10. At best...
A 9 out of 10?
No.
Yes.
I refuse to give a game like that a 9 out of 10.
When would you give it?
Again, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was either 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. And that's what it honestly deserves. It's a great game, but the multiplayer aspect is the only real innovative part of it.
I think the multiplayer is fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I gave it a 7 as opposed to like a 5. Because while the single player is amazing, the multiplayer is where the game really shines because it added an entire new way to play games with your friends. As opposed to just running around trying to kill each other or trying to build whatever, you could literally create a multiplayer world where you could do anything you wanted. Which is a truly original experience, which is why I gave it such a good score. I never said I didn't like the game. I just had to give it a fair review.
I guess.
Because the game is made for a very specific type of person. If you don't like a creative person, if you're somebody who doesn't like to build things, who doesn't like to do anything relaxing, you like high-action games, you're going to hate Minecraft.
That's true. I mean, but...
And when a game is made for one person, as opposed to the overall gaming community, can it really be called a masterpiece?
I mean...
That was my defining point.
But even as... it is the one game that is so such a niche like setup. It has reached all those people because of like mainly on PC. I mean, yeah, on Xbox it's fairly limited, but like the worlds that people have created, the modifying and the adventures that people have created in games.
Again, like I said, I'm not saying
fantastic, and it has actually reached all those people.
But that's relying on the user itself to make these things,
yeah.
Which is great for that one type of person who loves to build things like that.
There's people who don't have to depend on it though. Like my sister's a great example. She loves
downloading
Minecraft.
maps is one thing, but at the same time, that's what I'm saying though. When the single player is built for a certain type of player, and they have to, you know what I mean? Because imagine if nobody really built anything, they just kept it all to themselves, and there wasn't a community for it. Would the game be as successful? Fuck no.
Probably not.
That's what I'm saying. That's why multiplayer and things like that are what redeem the game.
Well,
you should design a game to be good by itself before you focus on multiplayer.
It was good by itself. The multiplayer wasn't a thing till much later, until
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But the game didn't appeal to those other people until multiplayer was added.
I don't know, man. Minecraft was really big.
Trust me, I watched the sales. I looked at all the sales projections when I did research for the video.
The sales really blew up when it came out on Xbox, and it stopped being such a small group of people, which was PC gamers. But even when it was on PC, it was a phenomenal game where people would talk about it non-stop, and I played on it when it was still in beta mode, and
I played in alpha.
Everybody were going crazy for it.
I played back when it was alpha. I understand. Like I said, I never said I didn't like the game. I'm saying if I hadn't found it when I did as a teenager in school, I understand why all of these adult people don't like the game or why certain people don't like it. It's built for a very specific audience. And in a gaming community where everything is driven by, your audience, you should really try to get it to where it appeals to everybody, not just a select group of people.
I don't really see that makes thing a masterpiece though, because not every game can appeal to every person. I mean, take Metal Gear Solid. That is definitely not a game that could appeal to everybody, but it's considered a masterpiece in multiple of its games because it is a phenomenal game.
Like certain things, there are exceptions.
Well, then you can't make exceptions for one thing and not give it to one other.
Well, no, I can though. Because things with like Metal Gear Solid, those games were built in a time where everything was very limited. It was very limited to what you could or couldn't do with hardware at that time. I mean, so using what they had and being innovative with it was amazing, and is very impressive as a game developer. Game developers don't have the same challenges as people from back then do.
Well,
so
I mean,
a game back
Metal Gear Solid 4 came out during the prime of the last generation of games, and that was still considered a masterpiece. And all it did was refine the game to a whole new aspect. So I still don't agree with that. I honestly think that you can't just give a game an exception just because it's of where it came from.
Yeah, it built us a house, by the way, while we were arguing.
Thank you. I was gonna build one too, but like I said, I don't think you should give one game an exception just because of where it came from.
Well, the only reason I would give it an exception is because of the time period it was made in.
But like, I'm talking about like the modern ones.
That's what I'm saying. If Minecraft had been made back when the original Metal Gear was made, it would have gotten a masterpiece review out of me. But because of the modern era,
then what would you say about Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5? Both have received stellar
Metal Gear
reviews.
Solid 5, they're good games, but they don't deserve 10 out of 10s. They're not perfect masterpieces. There's still things wrong with them. There's still things that could have been done better. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the most overrated motherfucking game of all goddamn time.
What about...
They keep re-releasing... No.
Other games.
We are not finishing this. I'm going to go off on this one. You do not get to release the same game over and over for the last fucking 30 years and then say it's a great game. You don't get to expand the map.
Are. Metal Gear Solid is the exact
That's what's
same
wrong
game.
with game development right now.
And
it's why indie games do so well, because they're different, they're original, they're new.
You're totally defeating your purpose. That's what Minecraft was. It was an indie game that was completely innovative in its own way of just taking an idea, which most games are, and revamping it to some other way. And now it is a phenomenal, national phenomenon. So you're countering yourself again. And you can't deny that was a good point right there.
All I will give you is while Minecraft may have been an indie game, and a lot of the points that we have both made are both very true, at the same time,
that's a cow.
A game cannot be made for one type of gamer.
All games are made for one type of gamer.
No, that's what I'm saying. No game should get a perfect 10 out of 10. If you're going to be an objective reviewer, no game should ever get a 10 out of 10 from you, unless it appeals to every possible style of gamer.
That is impossible, though.
Exactly. It means that there's always a bar that can be raised. It creates a competition that actually works. You can't have... No, this is the problem with game reviews right now. Every game reviewer reviews it as they're in their own taste, as opposed to taking account the whole gaming community at large. Well, if you review games honestly, looking at it from everybody's perspective as opposed to just your own, that's how you get an honest review that can honestly help people decide whether or not they want to buy the game.
But then again, like, why would the person who doesn't like the type of game review that type of game? Like, I hate sports games. Why would you put me to review a sports game? I will give every sports game in the world, no matter how polished, no matter how well it forms, no matter how well it plays, I'll give it a 2 out of 3. I mean, a 2 out of 10. Why did I say 3?
Well, that's the thing. That's what the point of this review show is.
I mean,
It's to be an honest reviewing show, not just like, oh, I like this type of game, so I'm going to sugarcoat it. You have to be willing to look at any game, whether you like it or not, and give it an honest review from the bottom of your heart.
I mean, the thing is, like, I get how you're saying that a game needs to be, like, appealing to everybody, but a game also needs to be specific to a person. Like,
could you get some wood?
I've been getting so much stone.
I already built this house entirely out of stone.
Oh, well, shit. I've been getting so much stone. Okay. But, like, a game needs to be built for a person. It's not a game. Games aren't meant for, like, everybody. Games are meant for specific people. Because, I mean, I love stealth action role-playing games. I hate sports games. I'll never play a sports game. So, there's plenty of times where...
Well, that's the thing. You remember... A game isn't supposed to be for people. It's supposed to be to have fun, right? Can we agree on that?
Okay, yeah.
Alright, taking that into account. Alright?
Okay.
Sorry, it's hard to see. I'm trying to...
It's dark. It's getting dark in the world.
I want to use... I'm going to... Yes, I know what I'm...
Can't see shit anymore. TV's too dark, man.
It's fine. I said I'm making charcoal. But anyways, what I was gonna say, the thing I'm trying to make, the argument I'm making, is you remember the NES days.
Right.
You remember when a sports game came out for the NES and it was just as fun as any other game on the NES?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I still wasn't very big on them.
Well, at the same time though, it wasn't in the game itself or the game type itself that really was appealing. It was the fun having, right?
Well,
which is why indie games that appeal to that, including Minecraft, do so well, because they're appealing to that old style of game where it is just designed to have a good time.
I mean, yeah, but there's plenty of other indie games that are designed not to have fun, but they're designed for innovation, like Sword and Brothers or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but that game got amazing reviews, and Stellar talked well about. I couldn't get past the fucking first thing, and I was like, this game sucks. And I turned it off, and I never touched it again.
Again, and that comes into like personal taste, but you have to review it from somebody who would like. It's hard to explain.
You can't review a game off somebody else's perspective because
I've done it. I do it all the fucking time.
I don't see how you can do it like properly because you are not that person. That person will think a different point is different from you. They'll be like, actually, I don't like that point of thing. Like honestly, like.
Well, like that would be like me saying if it's not a story-driven game or a creative game, I fucking hate it. Well, but I don't. I give all games like an honest chance when it comes to whether or not I would ever review it or play it.
You don't have to hate it. I mean, but it doesn't have to be like every game gets to like this natural level. Everything has its point of objectiveness because it's your taste of game. That's why you go to a person who reviews sports games because they like sports games. You don't go to somebody who likes an action game and ask them to review a sports game because they're going to be like, this game is not an action game. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10.
Like, I guess that's the difference between, like, why I play games and I guess why you play games. I just kind of play games to have a good time regardless. Like, I suck at sports games. I really fucking do.
Yeah, I do too.
But at the same time, I have fun. That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't play a sports game by myself. But if I had a room full of people and we were all good friends, I'd fucking play the shit out of the game because it would be a good time. That's why I play games, to have fun. So, like, with that in mind, it's easier for me to be non-objective when it comes to games, if that makes any sense.
I guess, but I mean, like, I can still play a sports game and be, like, with a group of people. My cousins, for example, are huge fans of sports games.
I love this Asian music.
I do, too.
It's fucking
beautiful. I hate them, and I've tried playing with them, and I'm just like, I can't do it, guys. Let's jump on to something else. And they're like, all right, cool.
Well, maybe you just suck.
Maybe I just have my opinion on that sports games kind of suck, and I don't like
Yeah,
it.
and that's fine. Like I said, I've never been the
So,
biggest fan of them either.
That's why I wouldn't review them, because even though I could be like a generalized person, I could be like, yeah, maybe everybody will like it because it's well polished. It runs really well. No glitches. It is fun. It has a
sports
unique
games.
taste.
I always go back to the Grand Theft Auto argument. You can't release the same game every year, call it new, give it new teams, and just say it's a good game.
Exactly, but again, that still comes into play with, you can say that about basically any game. Metal Gear Solid, for example, it's the exact same game, it's just with slightly new innovations.
Holy shit, we've been going for like 15 minutes.
Oh, well, we've been going on long with this rant, and we'll probably continue it because I enjoy Minecraft.
I'm enjoying just like talking about this.
So let's call this an episode. We'll see you guys next time, and
Let's
we'll
carve out the mountain for a house, by the way.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And we will meet you guys back here next time for us to continue our discussion. And
So
leave
see you
us
later.
comments. Tell us what you guys think. Do you guys think games could be fairly objectified to the point where that every game can get a fair review? Or do you think that games
whose
should
point
be...
of view do you agree with?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like if you play games just to have fun, or if you try to review a game from a developer standpoint,
I mean, I play my game stuff.
like, because I studied a little bit of game design.
All right. Let's go.
But
Let's next episode.
End this next episode. So
Next
thank you all.
episode.
See you next time.
Sorry,
Bye.
hit the mic. Bye bye. Have a good one.